Hey everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to another amazing cool tool video where we share resources with you that are out there that you might not know about. This is my friend Jay Toms. Hey Jay, thank you so much for being here today. She's going to share with us a really cool tool she was just telling me about. I really didn't know anything about it, so I love when I don't know things because I like to learn. But she's going to teach us about Connection Point today, which works alongside your texting, alongside Project Broadcast. So I am so excited because y'all know I'm a huge Project Broadcast fan, huge fan. So Jay, I would love for you to start with, what made you go looking for, what were you looking for when you found Connection Point?
Yes. So I had been, just like you, huge Project Broadcast fan, love that program, but I stumbled across Connection Point, which allows me to work even smarter, not harder, and really integrates with Project Broadcast for customer follow-up and some team connections. It's
Okay.
pretty amazing, Melanie.
I love it. And you said team connections and it says Connection Point. That's
Right.
Okay. So I am tickled. Let's just dive right in. You want to show us what it does and kind of how it works?
Absolutely. I would love to. So Connection Point. So I'm going to tell you that I think there's a lot of things happening in the direct sales industry, right? I mean, and what worked yesterday or last week isn't working anymore. We were just talking about that and it's pretty stinking crazy. So we have to be up and moving and with the trends. And one of the things that I have found is that one of the things that has changed drastically, and they just talked about this at the big social media conference that they did this spring, that people are not starved for content, they are starved for connection.
Right.
That we have taken a huge leap forward in what the customer is expecting from the person who is selling her something. And I got to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that I just bought a car last spring and nobody even said thank you. Am I going back to that car dealership? No, hello.
No. Wow.
It's crazy. But then again, think about how often you do that. And I think especially as a direct sales consultant, we mean to say thank you. We mean to offer customer follow-up, but we're just not, we're wearing too many hats. We don't have the time. And that's where Connection Point comes in. So I'm going to tell you a couple of quick stats before we go there. And you know this, I want you to think about your own habits. Do you know 90% of text messages are opened within the first 3 minutes? Crazy, right? Like that is you in front of your customer. And that also 75% of consumers are comfortable getting text messages from businesses. I want you to think about how many businesses you receive text messages from, and then it is time for you to jump on that bandwagon to, number one, offer some value-focused customer service using Connection Point, but then also have them opt in to future marketing messages. So companies, businesses are using text marketing for 5 reasons. Number one, to reach their customers faster. We heard that within 3 minutes. Increase the response rate. That's what Connection Point did for me in my direct sales business. Complement other channels. So you're using your text messaging to complement what you're doing in a blog or on a Facebook channel or a social media channel. And then build customer loyalty by making your messages value-based and all about them. And then also increasing revenue with referrals, repeat business, and building that customer loyalty which leads to more bookings and more team members. So what does Connection Point do? Connection Point is an integration. It connects your email account with Project Broadcast. It's simply the middleman. So all of those transactional emails that you're receiving as a consultant. So someone places an order, you receive an email, Connection Point takes it and pulls it out and then brings it over to Project Broadcast. Now, what I love about it is you are still in control. You have as much control over the system as you want because sometimes I don't need to send my mom a thank you message, right? Or, or I had a conversation over on Messenger. So if I send my standard message, that's just going to be awkward because they're going to go, why is she saying that here when she didn't say that there, you know?
Right.
So you are in control. So let me show you a little quick behind the scenes of how Connection Point works. So this is from my my company. I was a 31 consultant for 13 years. I just retired. But what happened is, so I receive an email that says, hey, congratulations, your customer just placed an order. So that hits my email inbox. And then Connection Point grabs that information and they pull it into their system. So I log into Connection Point. Every morning I log in. My first 5 to 10 minutes of my day is spent in Connection Point instead of social media. That's a habit you got to break, right? So
right.
I go in and it says, okay, Mary Jo placed an order. Here is the template you have set up for this scenario. So Mary Jo placed an order. She's an existing customer and she placed an order on a party. So it says, this is our recommended message. Do you want to process? And if it's true, if I'm going, yep, Mary Jo could get the standard message, I check the box. I check the box on Sandy and I hit process and it's gone. But this is where, see that customized follow-up. If I'm going, hold on, I don't want to say that to Sandy. So then I can click on Sandy's and say, okay, well, this is the recommended message, but instead I need to tweak that a little bit. And so I can pull it over, tweak the message, customize it, and update it before I send it. Once I hit process, it sends it over to Project Broadcast. And ta-da! Hi, Sandy. It's Jay. Thank you so much for placing an order at Patty's 31 party. I hope you know how much I appreciate you. So within 5 to 10 minutes, I've processed all of yesterday's orders and they're done. But there's more because Connection Point will also allow me to add a campaign. So maybe I have one campaign that is for existing customers and a new one that's set up for new customers. So maybe I want to do a little something different for each of those ladies, those those groups. So I'm going to put in a campaign. It's going to trigger the campaign. And then that campaign is also delivered through Project Broadcast. So I'm sending them 2 weeks, we're checking in. Did your product arrive? Does everything look good? On 45 days, and you customize, this is your campaign, you know, checking back in, making sure your product's in good working order. Is there anything else I can help with?
Nice.
And then, yeah, right? And I'm offering customer follow-up, which is exactly what that car company, that car dealership did not do. So I am going to stand out head and shoulders above the crowd. So when they think of my company, they're thinking of me, right? Because I'm the one doing the follow-up, checking in, reminding them of the warranty. Now, other things that Connection Point can do is they will let you decide. You define local. So for me, it was a 25-mile radius because I live in a metropolitan area. But if you're more rural, maybe your local area is 60 miles. I define local and it automatically says, oh, based upon this person's address, they're local. And so it tags them in my Project Broadcast system. And then I can go over, and when I'm having an event at my house or setting up at the farmer's market here in town, I can text my local customers. So I don't have to go figure out who lives close.
So it did it automatically for you based on their zip code.
Yep, based upon their
is pretty sweet.
Really? Honestly, wait, there's more, Melanie. The other thing that it will pull other transactional emails into the system based on what your company is sending you. So this is all based on what does your company send you as a consultant, and then they're moving them through. I get a new team member, then a Connection Point goes, oh, new team member. They immediately, I don't even have to process this one. It triggers, grabs the new team member's information, sends them a Project Broadcast message that I have defined and says, welcome to the team. If I get 31 has leads, so people who go to the corporate website looking for a party, and it comes in and goes, oh, this person's looking for a party. They've been assigned to you. It immediately sends them a message saying, hey, Thanks for your interest. How can I help? Somebody get their order ships. It goes into my email account, comes straight through Connection Point, and goes, hey, your order shipped. Here's the tracking information. Melanie, I've got to tell you that I've been in direct sales for 20 years. We all do our best, but we are wearing a whole lot of hats, right? And we can be overwhelmed and we drop the ball. There have been times that I'm sad to say someone joined the team and it was like somebody in my team that added that new team member. And so I didn't even recognize that I added somebody for 4 days and I didn't welcome them to the team. And then you're like, oh, I'm such a loser. I'm a loser leader. Bad first impression. And instead, I'm off at Disney World vacationing. That new team member automatically gets welcomed through Project Broadcast. So I'm standing in line for Space Mountain and somebody's going, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get started. And I'm like, what? Huh? Connection Point and Project Broadcast are doing my job for me so that those pieces are not falling through the cracks. I will tell you that they also have the simplicity thing down. The key to simplicity lies in your setup in Connection Point. So that means that when you get ready to set it up, two of the most important things to set up are your campaigns and Project Broadcast. So tweak it, make sure you know what campaign is going to go when that new team member joins, so that you're not going, why the heck? I would never say that it's saying what you want it to say. And then also the follow-up templates in Connection Point. Those are the two key pieces to get right. Make sure they're in your voice, make sure you're saying what you would really say, and that you're filling all. But if you get those two pieces right in Connection Point, this system is going to take so much off of your plate. Then the other piece is knowing that what the key components of a text message are, that you're including the customer name so it's personalized. You are identifying yourself, because I'm just saying, Kohl's is not going to send you a text message and not about their big sale and not identify that it's Kohl's, right?
Right.
And you should do that either as a business owner. You should identify yourself. And then there should be one clear call to action. You need to keep this whole message clear and concise. I suggest less than 240 characters. And you're going, that's a lot of things to include, but you need to keep it short. I have an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old, and this is what they tell me all the time. Mom, only old people and text in paragraphs. You've got about 3 sentences to tell me what you want in a text message. If it's more than that, I'm skipping it.
Right.
And yeah, we know those people, right? We have those friends. So keeping it clear and concise. Then the other piece to Connection Point is they have a really rich customer database in the palm of your hand. And some of us have a really rich customer database through our company's back office, but some of us, it's a little lacking. And so when you are processing these orders through Connection Point, you can search for all kinds of crazy things, like the hostess. You can search who shopped with this hostess. So the next time that hostess has a party, you're going in here searching, and then you can message her guests from the previous party. You could search by keyword and location, the product they purchased, the purchase date, and so much more. So Connection Point is a very well-rounded program that gives you a lot of automation with your Project Broadcast account. There is so much more coming. They have this whole entire party thing coming that I won't give it all away. They're about to launch, and they're doing some rollouts next week of that.
Well, maybe we'll bring you back just to talk about that another time.
Yeah, right. So many things that Connection Point can do for you, but it really helps you automate your business to the point that you want it automated. That's what I loved about it. Give me automation, but I need a little control, because again, I don't want you to send a thank you message to my mom or send a message that's like, that's going to be awkward when she receives that in a text. And I said that over on Facebook, right?
Right.
So Things to know about Connection Point at this time, they are only available to a select few direct sales companies. You need a Connection Point subscription. It's $10 a month. And you also need a Project Broadcast account. And then while it works with other email accounts, the easiest one for it to connect with is Gmail. That one's the easiest to set up. And so to get started with Connection Point, and notice I don't work for Connection Point. I know Chris, he's a really fabulous guy. He is the brainchild behind this and the founder, but I love this program. It saved me so much worry and headache and time that I'm excited to share it with others. And if you want more information, you text the keyword. So the keyword there that is appropriate to your company to that number, and you'll receive a form to enroll and gather some more information. They'll have a video you can watch from the company. And then the 3 things you have to do is set up email filters and forwarding, set up your Project Broadcast campaigns and tags, and then set up your Connection Point settings and message templates. That's how you get started with Connection Point. And I have a gift for you because this
Yay,
is the biggest
for presents and freebies.
Right. The biggest question I get as a virtual assistant is, well, what should my follow-up messages say? And there you go. I have your first 5 follow-up messages for you. You can run over and download those by if you're watching on your computer, you can scan that QR code with your phone, or you can, there's a link there, but we'll drop the link in the comments to you so that you can scoop those up for free. And know that I think the most important thing to remember about Connection Point and texting is that you're focusing on bringing value. That's kind of what's missing in the retail world right now. And it's the part that I think that consumers are seeing through. They're like, we want someone who cares about us. So by focusing on bringing value, which is what you do when you offer customer follow-up, right? That's the part that is going to change your business, because you're putting the focus on them instead of going buy, book, book, join, you know?
Right.
So there it is. So, and I know, Melanie, you were going, well, what are you doing, Jay? After 20 years in direct sales, I have chosen to step out of direct sales. I was at the top of my company's career path. I decided to step out because God was really nudging me that I can help others, that I know as a direct sales consultant, as a direct sales leader, you wear a whole lot of hats. And I know the overwhelm of that moment. And so it really, at this point, I am partnering with other small business owners and helping them get their time back, to take those things off of their plate that just are not in their skill set or they don't have the time for. I'm doing a lot of the mundane behind the scenes work so they can go focus on the part that they have the passion for, the part that they love, what brought them to their business. That's my new business is a VA J Toms, and I'm here to help the small business owner find their passion again and take their time back.
I love it.
There it is.
I love it. And I was totally cyber stalking you. So hold on. Where am I? Okay,
there you are.
I'm totally cyber stalking you. And because one of my questions was, it is a lot to get set up. I get all that. Like, if you're gonna do this thing, it's a lot to set up. But I also saw on your VA site that you do set up. Like, so if someone is like, I love this, but I don't have time, then you pay somebody to do it for you. And it's just, it is what it is, because your time is money. So you pay someone like Jay who knows what they're doing, you have them set it up, you're good to go, boom. I think $10 a month for the subscription to this, you'll sell more than $10. Yep. Like, you'll make more than $10 a month just by good follow-up. And even the best intentions, when they don't happen, don't make you any money. So
Melanie,
you can automate it.
I'm going to tell you a story, is that when I finally got this system up and running in my previous direct sales business. So I will tell you that I don't I knew people would come back to a party and buy again, and I would get sometimes the off one-time retail order. But what happened was when I started doing the follow-up, of course, I'm going to put my website in that follow-up message. They can connect with me if they want. What happened is that 45-day message was the magic one, because I had given them their shipping notification and not asked them for anything. I checked in to make sure they received their product, and again, not asked them for anything. The third one goes out and said, hey, checking in one more time. Is there anything I can do to help you? Do you have any concerns with your product? And I had included my website. And so what happened is that I started getting all these orders. And at first I'm like, what the heck is going on? Where are these orders coming
Magic
from?
orders.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 3P orders from that connection point system that is just playing. It's just happening. I'm not stressing about it. It's not, I don't have to get up every day and go, holy cow, I need to go back and say thank you again. Right?
Right. It's automated. Amazing.
It's automated. And then I'll tell you the connection point setup. This is what I'm going to say about this. This is a beautiful system. And if you have the time, you can set it up yourself. I am going to tell you that I'm tech savvy, and there are parts of it that I'm like, oh my gosh, because you're working with 3 systems, your email system, your project broadcast system, and your connection point system. And sometimes by the time you get to the third thing, you're like, I don't even know how this all works together anymore. And I had so many friends that were giving up in the middle of setup. They're like, never mind, I just can't do it. And they would walk away. And that's where my connection point setup package, that's how it came about. Because I'm like, girl, this is going to save you so much time and make you money.
It's worth it, because you're, like I said, your time is money. So if you are someone who is techie and you want to do it yourself, then do it. If you're someone who wants it to happen, but you don't want to set it up, then hire somebody to do it for you. So that's awesome. I believe in investing in your business. So
yeah, thanks, Melanie.
I appreciate you coming, Jay, and telling us about Connection Point. I'm going to go look for it. What is the website? Because it took me a while to find it.
Yeah, they don't have, I'm going to be honest and tell you, this is the place they fall down. They don't have a really great website right now, but I will go find the link for you and drop it in. But I'm going to tell you that when you go to the website,
ConnectionPointSoftware.com.
There it is. ConnectionPointSoftware.com. But when you get there, you're like, what is this? What does it do? How do I sign up? They need a little help on their website.
They do. Well, there's a connect with us thing, and then there's a try it for free button also. So I think that's what they do, is they just get you to come in, try it for free, and then they're like, okay, do you love it? Yeah. Great. What do you want? Which package you want, kind of thing.
If you will text that keyword, your company keyword, to that number instead, that's the part.
So go back and pause that when the video comes. Yeah.
Yep.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Jay, I appreciate you. I appreciate you coming and sharing, and also being a believer in collaboration and community over competition. So I appreciate you. And if you guys have any questions, please post them in the comments below, and Jay will be around to answer your questions or point you in the right direction or whatever you might need. All right, guys, have a great weekend. Talk to you all again soon. Bye. Thanks, Jay. Bye.
Bye-bye.